since we've started talking about the current administration under President Samia Suluhu Hassan, I want you to give us a bit of your assessment, because you operated under the late former President Magufuli, and we understand the challenges that you went through, and now Samia is leading the country. Definitely there were hurdles that you had to surmount during the fifth phase government. What is your view about how the government is being governed by the administration under Magufuli and under the current President Samia? As you said, she's committed that Tanzania might rejoin the OGP. But in terms of governance and citizen access to information, how do you contrast between the two administrations?
Well, I'll say this: the tone is very different, and in many countries, any country, the tone is set from the highest office in the land. And for us, the tone is very different. President Magufuli had a particular way and a viewpoint and a perspective on how a country ought to be run. President Samia Suluhu Hassan has a different tone, at least, to how she thinks the country should be run. It has felt a bit more inclusive, a bit more open to contribution, including constructive criticism. And if you look again, just to repeat, but without belaboring the point, if you look at this process of creating the Vision 2050, it has been a much more open, and the various 5 regional or zonal consultations that have happened have allowed people to really say what they think, about what has happened and what their dreams are for what ought to be happening. So that tone is different, and that is important. Right. Where is the challenge? The challenge is in the fact that the legal environment still hasn't changed to secure the ability of you in the media, people in civil society organizations, others out there, to be even more assertive and engaged in holding the government to account, right? I think that's one of the areas where it needs quite a bit more work. And this, again, is where OGP or those principles can help, where you set up a formal, structured way for that conversation to happen beyond the elections. Because what will happen during an election year, a whole bunch of engagement is going to happen as politicians seek votes, and a whole bunch of promises will be made. But after the October 25th, or whenever the actual election date happened, and for the next 5 years, is that going to continue? Exactly. OGP offers mechanisms for that kind of discussion to continue in a structured way rather than ad hoc. If I want to, I'll do it. If I don't, I won't.
Yes, exactly.